this meet went as opposed to the start over in Florida and everything?
Yeah, I feel like this was like a whole new vibe. Like last weekend, it was like a good start for us. It was like a little like weird here and there, but I feel like just being back in Gill is definitely like it brings back the magic and like all of the spice, and I feel like we just feel so comfortable and at home here, and like it was just completely different from last weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. We obviously started off a little bit slower than we would have liked, but you know, like we came back and after bars we kind of reset and we're like, let's not live in the past, let's just focus on what we've got next. And I think we did a really great job of flipping it and just going into beam and floor and really being aggressive and attacking our routines, because you know, we can't change anything about the past. All we can do is focus on, you know, the next thing. And I think we did a really good job of that tonight and just trying to stay present as we went throughout the competition.
How much of it do you think was just being back here and being in Gill?
I mean, we love being in Gill, obviously. It's like such an awesome place to be. It's legendary. And I think that, you know, we could obviously be a little bit tighter in our Beaver bubble, but it's really early in the season and we know exactly what we needed to do when we go back into the gym. So we're just going to, you know, we're going to learn from this, and this is just something that is only going to propel us further forward, like into the future. So I think that, you know, obviously there was some mistakes here and there, obviously including myself, but I think this team does a really good job of having everyone's backs, and I think Gill does that as well. Like the fans have our backs, and you know, they just want to see us go out there and perform our best, and I think we definitely did that towards the end of the night. Yeah.
You guys finished strong on floor. Do you think, I mean, how much has the new scoring affected how you do that event specifically? And obviously things worked out for you really well, so you seem to be used to whatever else you have to do out there. But,
yeah, I mean, I think we do a really good job of not letting the scores affect us. We can't control that. We're not doing the routine and then sitting over on the table and judging ourselves. So we just really try to focus on our controllables and what we can control, and that's our gymnastics. So, you know, regardless of what the scores come up as, we can't change that. We just got to go out there and do our best to not give them anything to take. And I think that, you know, if there are little opportunities that we give them to take, then sure, they might take a little bit more. But, you know, that in the end is better than being just given like really high scores. So I think that, you know, we earn our scores, and I think, you know, we do a great job of just staying in the present and focusing on what we can control.
and the start values being changed, you know, how have you guys worked through that? You know, just did you do a lot of work, you know, in the off season to add?
Yeah, I mean, there was, of course, like changes, like every time season ends and we go home for summer, like we work on like making things as best as they can be, but every week you just have to focus on like making yourself more prepared for like the next weekend. And even though like the scoring might be different or like whatever, it's just like we do our best every single day to make ourselves the most prepared that we can be to take on, you know, any meets and any challenge.
Yeah.
Coach was talking about that, you know, you guys with more experienced players on this roster, but though she was impressed with the freshmen. What freshmen and walk-ons have impressed you the most throughout this season?
That's like an impossible question. Like everyone on our team brings something so special, and I think that these freshmen have acclimated like so well to our team. They actually, like when we talk in our little pre-meet circles and stuff, they sound like they've been here for years, you know. They're like, let's just go out there and not worry about the scores, not worry about the judges, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, wow, like for freshmen to really have like bought into this team and our vision, and I think it's just so important that they already carry themselves with such class. You know, even Jane, who's injured right now, but she's still on the sidelines and she's just there for her team, and, you know, no one out there is like seeing them as like the little babies. They've really just stepped up into roles, and they've done their job, and that's all that's all that we can ask of them. And you know, especially as a freshman, it can be nervous. It can be a little bit like, you know, you get those little jitters, but they just handle themselves with such class. We're so proud of them. And you know, like we have so many walk-ons on this team, and every single person deserves their spot and deserves their chance to do what they do. And I think that every single person does that. When it's their time, they just go out there and shine, and that's all that we can ask of them. We're just so proud of this team.
Yeah, I feel like no matter what class anybody is, like everyone contributes to like what a great atmosphere this team has, and I think that is what makes us stand out compared to a lot of other teams. Like just the freshmen like coming in, they just jumped right into like the vision and the atmosphere like that we have, and just like we're all such close friends, and like I've known Kayla for a really long time, but like no matter what, like, or who it is, we are all like best of friends. And I feel like that has really made it really easy for the freshmen to come in and feel comfortable and feel like they can do their job every day. Because we're all so welcoming, you know, we all want everyone to succeed. And it's even easier like when all of us just love each other.
Yeah, and even after mistakes, I think it's just really great to see how, like obviously I had a mistake tonight, but you know, Bird had her little mistake as well, and she just picked up and carried on and went over and did the next thing. So I think that's huge that they can be able to just like leave those things behind them in the past and move forwards, because you know, it's gymnastics and you know, we can't be, like, we're striving for perfection, but it doesn't happen every single time. And I think that just shows what kind of people they are, that they can just carry on and get the job done and just move on and carry on with the rest of the things.
Yep.
And going off of that, you know, both you guys finished really strong on the floor. What do you take most away from today's event going into the next event?
Yeah, I mean, well, it was a team win today. Like, we all set each other up for like the next person really, really well. So like, you know, my score, I have to thank the girls before me who set me up to do that. Like each time we just step out there and all we can do is our job. Like we're not worrying about like, I have to get a 9.95 and then Kate has to get a 10. Like that stuff just happens on its own. Like we just have to go out there and nail our passes and all that kind of stuff. And you know, that's what we really did tonight. And we've been working really hard in the gym on those landings, and that really showed compared to last week. I think we made a huge improvement on that, and that it all kind of just came together towards the end, which was great moving forward.
Yeah, I feel like, especially for the freshmen, like, this was just a building block for, like, the next week. And even though they had, like, their jitters or, like, a few mess-ups, like, I feel like that is just preparing them to, you know, take all of our spots, like, when we leave. Like, we're really setting them up for, like, the next meet and for, like, the future of this team, because we really want to carry on our legacy.
As season progresses, what do you hope to see from the freshmen as they continue and get more comfortable and the jitters kind of stop?
I feel like the confidence, because they're all such like talented athletes. Like each and every one of them has like the most beautiful gymnastics, and I'm just really excited for them to get really comfortable in college gymnastics and like really let themselves just, you know, like love it and live it and, you know, own it out there.
Absolutely. I think Kate said that really well. We just want them to like not only gain that confidence, but just embrace like everything that they're doing. Like this is like in the scheme of things, like it's a short ride, and for them to just come in so ready, we just really want them to not only like excel at their gymnastics, but just to really appreciate this sport and appreciate this team and how much like Oregon State can build you up into like the person you want to become. And I think that that's something that I've learned throughout my time here, and it's just crazy because I feel like I was just a freshman and I was like just so overwhelmed with everything. I was like, oh my gosh, like deer in headlights a little bit. But these guys, it's going to be such an awesome journey for them. So we just want them to just embrace every single moment and really just own everything that they do, because they're awesome. They wouldn't be here if they weren't awesome. So yeah.